Hello, I'm villagesFor, and this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series around on my channel where I show some of the best seeds that have been found for Minecraft on the console that are particularly amazing because of their loot, or that have some great generation that you might want to check out. And this week's seed has a really great combination of both because it has 6 villages, one of each type, including 2 extra desert ones. 4 of those have blacksmith chests. There is 2 temples of the desert variety, and then there's also a jungle temple. So that means there's like 9 naturally generated structures with loot, just on a classic sized world. And then there's also this amazing bedrock plane that's going to be great to build on, and I want to show you all of that in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy. You can like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets know you do like Seed Sunday and want to keep seeing more of this on the channel. With that said, let's get straight into talking about the seed, which came in from Peyton Gratz. So thank you very much for sending it to me. You can send on seeds on Facebook or just in the comments wherever you want to, and if you look on screen right now, you'll see the big seed. It's a lot of numbers, and if you type in all of those numbers, you'll spawn just over here in this jungle. So this jungle isn't honestly, first I was like, this is kind of an average seed, but then the one thing that changed my mind is that if you look just to the right of that jungle tree, you can actually see one of the first villages. It's a Spruce Village, and it's not just any Spruce Village, it's a Spruce Village which mostly exists in a desert, which is pretty bizarre. I mean, if you look at this whole thing in general, it's like, what is going on here? Why are vines growing from my spruce trees in a desert? Like, that is a jungle terrain generation thing on a spruce tree in a desert. It's just wacky stuff. But then also, we've got the Spruce Village right here, which contains a blacksmith chest and a church, both of the rare generation features. Pretty good for a small village. And then the chest itself contains a bunch of iron, so you can see there's like 4 bits here plus 3 bits there, so that's 7 bits plus your 2 bits of iron. It's just nice stuff to find. But then even better than the fact that there's a village found to the south of the spawn is the fact that there is a village also found to the north of the spawn. So yeah, here's the spawn again, and if you just head to the north instead of the south, you can't quite see it, but just go through these trees and all that sort of stuff, and you'll find the acacia village. So the acacia village, or the savannah village, the bright orange village, let's just call it, also has both a church and a blacksmith chest. And the blacksmith chest is a really amazing one because it contains 6, if I'm not mistaken, bits of obsidian, which is a really good start on a Nether portal, and then also a bunch more iron as well. So just lots of free stuff, just next to spawn in 2 unique villages in different ways. This village also has a pretty wacky thing because this planter generated like into a cave in like 3 different ways. So there's cave here, there's cave there, there's cave there. It's just a very weird thing to find, to have generators like that, and it's something you can find just over here. But that's not the end of the wacky villages. By the way, also I think this is a really good seed for speedrun the Ender Dragon. At least right now, it's one of the best I've found, because as well as having both those villages with both those sets of free stuff, you also find this giant lava pit next to the spawn just over here. Again, these are all very close to each other and to the spawn, which is just it makes it good for speedrunning. So as well as this though, let's talk about 2 villages. Let's move on to the third type, which is found just past this desert temple. So the first of the 3 temples on the seed is found just over here, and let me tell you about the amazing loot you get from the temples on the seed. Again, it's not just like, oh yeah, there's stuff there and you can find it. The loot found here is so amazing because there's a golden apple in here. There is, in this one, I believe, there is mending, one of the best enchanted books, maybe the best enchanted book in the game, because it can only be found through treasure, and it's found right here in your first temple. Then we've also got a second golden apple. There's, 2 more to come, and then also, obviously, a bunch of emeralds, which is just good loot in general. So really amazing stuff found in the first temple, but this is just a stepping stone to get us to our third village, which is the Plains village. So this is the saddest village on the entire seed. It's just like, oh yeah, we got a well and a church and like a whole 2 sets of crop, wheat and carrots. Whoa, you guys excited? But no, it's nice that a third village exists here. It just, there's no reason to come here besides maybe pumpkins, because there is 2 patches of pumpkins. There's one over here and there's one over here. So yeah, pumpkins, who doesn't love those? And wheat, yeah, wheat is so rare, right? But no, in seriousness, let's move on from that to the 4th village, which is our 4th type of village. So all 4 types are found in this seed because it is a desert village. So this desert village is interesting because it generates all the way to the edge of the map. It also generates mostly in a savanna biome, or like at the edge of a savanna biome. It's this really weird mixture, like with the Spruce Village earlier, and it means that there's it's a desert village generated on the water, but then also having this acacia tree growing out of the back garden of one of them, because it is officially a savanna biome. It's very strange stuff. I can't explain all of it, and I don't know if the villager who lives here can either. So yeah, a pretty great village to find just here near the edge, but it is just village number 4 of 6, if I'm not mistaken, because there is 2 extra villages. They're both desert villages, and they both contain blacksmith chests. You might think, those other 2 villages suck because no blacksmith chest. And if that is your thinking, then good news, because just over here, you're going to find yourself a 3rd blacksmith chest, which contains a diamond, by the way, and 2 iron swords. And then finally, if you head just to the east, you find the desert temple first, but just over here, you can see there is in fact the 6th village with another church and another blacksmith chest. It's just really amazing stuff for a bunch of reasons. And yeah, if you look inside here at these coordinates, you'll find yourself just a single sword and some extra armor. Let's be honest, you know, at the 4th blacksmith chest, your luck kind of runs out, but that's not where your luck runs out for the seed in general, because there is a 2nd desert temple. And let me tell you about the things the 2nd desert temple contains, because it's basically a repeat of the 1st one, but once you get 2 of these in a row, it's like, I have so much stuff I don't even know what to do with. So this first one, as you can see, contains a golden apple there. The 2nd chest contains a free enchanted book. It's not a great one, it's efficiency, but still pretty nice to find. This next chest is just a bunch of rotten flesh. You might be like, oh yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But then this chest is the holy grail of all chests. It has a golden apple, it has 3 separate emeralds, you know, pretty rare stuff, and then also silk touch. That is such an amazing chest, and although this chest loot will generate randomly based on your platform and world size, it's still amazing that, you know, you can get 4 golden apples, 2 of the best enchanted books, and a bunch of diamonds, obsidian, all that sort of stuff just for free from the seed. So the one final temple, you know, I've shown you 6 villages and 2 temples, is found very close to the spawn. It's a jungle temple, so it might interest you because they're super rare right now. But yeah, it's found very close to the spawn over here, because you just have to go to the east of the spawn instead of the you know, any of the other directions. And if you just head a little bit to the east, past obviously past these melons, which is nice. I like melons, who doesn't? But if you head to the east of that, then you'll find in the midst of a giant like jungle boom this you know, a jungle temple right here. So even more free loot to be found there. I don't believe it's very good. I haven't checked it, but honestly, jungle temples aren't renowned for their loot really, because they only have 2 chests. But let's just check just in case it's the most amazing thing in the world, because it is the most amazing chest in the world. Rotten flesh and bones, everyone's favorite set of stuff. But as well as having, again, the most amazing stuff in the world there, it's also got, found just over here, oh, it's more rotten flesh and bones. Whoa, yeah, this is definitely worth checking out for those reasons right there. So like I said, honestly, it's not worth coming to for the loot, but it is a pretty cool thing to check out regardless. So then finally, let's move on to the thing that's probably somewhere in the title about the amazing bedrock on this seed, because one of the things that differentiates this from any other seed with just good loot is the fact that it has a pretty wacky stronghold. The stronghold is both amazing for speedrunning, but also it's good because it has some just bizarre stuff. So first of all, here is a free ender pearl, you know, complimentary for typing in the seed and watching Seed Sunday. We also get an iron sword and an iron pickaxe, so that's kind of nice, I guess. But as well as the free ender pearl, which is always appreciated. As well as that, you also have access to the end portal, which has another free Eye of Ender for you. So that's only 10 you have to get to do this seed, plus any else you find. So as you can see, only you know, 1 in there, only 11 slots needed, and you get 1 for free basically. So that means you only need 10 you know, Eye of Enders to get this seed done. And also, the end portal room itself is pretty bizarre because it generated into a giant room of lava. So this is just pouring out into lava, and there is a gap, a genuine block gap between the start of the end of the staircase and the start of the stronghold room. It's a little bit scary, but you can climb down there if you want. I wouldn't recommend it because it's dangerous, and you can find yourself some diamonds. So the diamonds, they're going to be tricky to find because they're in lava, but just over here, if you want to have the most challenging diamonds in the world, there is 3 of them. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 diamonds over here, and it's just a nice thing you can find if you search these caves. I'm sure there's more diamonds, more crazy stuff to be found around here, but yeah, if you're willing to go near lava for diamonds, then this seed has got you covered. But assuming that's not you, this stronghold also has, like I said, wacky generation, because it has 2 libraries, and they're both insane in their own ways. So this first library, if we follow these torches around, these are kind of to guide me, by the way. If we follow these torches around, past a 2nd chest. In case you're curious, it's not great. It's just like, oh yeah, more iron swords, because we need those. But yeah, we find ourselves at the first library, which is bizarre because for some reason, I'm not sure why, it got cut off after 3 blocks by this random wall of just stone. Like, there's nothing behind there. It's just, oh yeah, we only want a 3 block wide stronghold. Weird glitch. And then also, there is this lava generating, which burned down most of the library, so there's like only a few blocks remaining. But despite being a 3 block wide library and being mostly destroyed, the chest did survive, and it has one of the best enchanted books in the game. It has Unbreaking Free. Again, it's not as good as Mending, it's not quite as good as Silk Touch, but Unbreaking Free for free, just in this random little, you know, snub library, it's a little bit weird. So, as well as just, you know, having a bizarre library, some good stuff, so, you know, it's got lots of great stuff in the Stronghold already. The second library is the one that I think is worth checking out. Again, you probably worked that out already, because it has one of the most amazing, you know, kind of, I think, locations if you want to build at Bedrock. Because if you've never built Bedrock before, oh, also, it has a free chest here, but it's not a good free chest, it's just like, who wants iron leggings? But the amazing thing about, The amazing thing, in my opinion, about this particular thing is the fact that it generates at Bedrock layer. Because Bedrock, if you've ever tried to mine it, so let's drink some night vision. If you've ever tried to mine Bedrock and like build something down here, it's impossible to build it flat because although in creative you can destroy the blocks, in survival what happens is you just destroy all the stone and you end up with this weird like uneven surface that you can't really build on or do anything. It's kind of annoying, it's kind of a thing. But if you want to have flat Bedrock in survival, this stronghold is perfect because this, this library generates at y=4. That means that some of the what would otherwise be Bedrock is replaced by stone bricks, which means you can mine all of the stone bricks and you get this perfectly flat layer of Bedrock because again it can't be broken, but therefore you just get this amazing place to build on. And if you've ever wanted to build on perfectly flat Bedrock in survival, again no creative allowed, you just you go in there in survival, then this is the only seed that can really offer you that unless you break some of it. But this is the only seed that can offer you a perfectly flat surface build on, which means if you want to have the bottom of your house be Bedrock so no one can mine into it from below, you could do it right here. If you want to have like just some wacky stuff going on down here, you can actually like have a staircase built in from the world itself and you can build at Bedrock as a result of this seed. I think that's just an amazing like extra benefit from this seed, and it's something that might make it worth checking out. So yeah, flat Bedrock seed, pretty good stuff if you ask me, but it's just one of the many things this seed also contains, because I think this is also something great that you might want if you're so inclined to be building, because if you go all the way to the top of the seed. So let's just keep on mining with our funny map animation. There's one last thing that I think is great for builders, which is that if we go to the very northwest of the seed, so we go past the village and the desert temple from earlier, again, amazing loot found in both, then you'll find yourself at this mesa biome. And this mesa biome looks really strange on the surface until you realize that most of the mesa generated below water. So there is this like hidden like cross between a mesa and an ocean biome, but it exists below the water surface. So my challenge, or my idea with this that I would do if I had a bunch of sponges in survival is, or even creative, honestly, it's kind of fun, is if you remove, if you place your sponges in the water and you remove all of the water found here, so let's just run along here, get rid of as much water as we can. I don't think we can do it in this video, but my point is if we remove all the water found along here, then what you could actually do is you could have this like freshly reclaimed biome. So as you can see right here, if you reclaim this, you're going to have the strangest biome in the world. But it is a real challenge to actually, get rid of water. So let me show you why that happens. Even if you remove all of this right here by placing a bunch of sponges rapidly, the water just, comes back really quickly. So trying to do this is an insanely hard challenge, but I would say if you, like, look, it's already come back. But I would say, if you want to have a freshly reclaimed biome, here is a fun way to do it. If you can't make your own biome, but you want to have something wacky to build with, this is the place for you. And also, as a side benefit, if you do drain water near the edge of the world, then you have the, on console at least, you have this very bizarre effect where, like, let me try and show you, in fact. So, if you give enough water at the edge of the world, and you stop it from flowing back in effectively, so just like we're doing right here, then you get this weird waterfall effect at the very edge of the world, and that waterfall effect just looks amazing. Because obviously, these water blocks don't really exist, they're not really real, if you get what I'm saying there. Like, they are, you can see them, they're there, but they're not real water blocks. They're just like what the edge of the world looks like. So that means that if you remove all of the water that it's connecting into, and we're going to do that by like placing a bunch of blocks up, then you get this just strange waterfall effect that you can look at, and I think that looks amazing personally, so I think we should have it by now. Okay, there we can see this just waterfall effect, and you'd have this like weird reclaimed biome below, sea level, and you'd also be able to look at the most amazing waterfall. And there you go, there's an idea for the seed, as well as all the other things I've shown off. I hope it did strike your fancy in some way. If it did, I'd appreciate a like on the video because it helps out the channel a lot and lets us know you do like Seed Sunday. Share the video if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!